take some phone calls. What are you doing in here, Gary?
Well, you had a couple of things you wanted to do, and I wasn't sure what you were going to get to.
Yeah.
If you can do the Sue Simmons contest, I'd stay.
You're right. Okay. You were just annoying me.
Not on purpose.
I know.
I thought you were going to talk about this woman.
Yeah, there's this really hot model who was in Playboy who wants to come on our show.
Oh, yes. Are we going to talk to her?
Well, Gary called over there, and I don't know. He somehow got a vibe that, like, she's a serious girl or something. I don't know.
Not serious, but I have a note here that I heard Howard say yesterday. Say, ask her if we could tie her to a chair and cut her clothes off with a scissor.
Right.
And I didn't feel comfortable asking that because she's not a stripper. She was in Playboy once. She's an actress.
You talked to her personally?
No, I spoke to her people.
Oh.
And they said, she was an actress and that she's going to Congress to get some legislation passed about using models' pictures for 900 number ads.
Without their permission.
And all of a sudden, it just didn't seem like a real good time to ask if we could tie her to a chair. And
he got all uptight about asking.
He was talking to a publicist.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like it was the girl.
Yeah, right. But the guy said she's a serious actress now, and she's trying to make the move from model to actress.
Just imagine you had a part that had, for an actress, that had the woman being tied to a chair and her clothes cut off with a scissor.
Yeah.
But we don't.
But then Gary just didn't book her, and now she'll never be on.
No, we could go book her. I could book her today.
No, but I want to know what's going to happen. I don't want to just have her sitting here talking about legislation for Congress.
And that's the vibe I got. That was what was going to happen. I didn't think she was into. I said, so she's not a stripper, or she's not into getting naked, and they were like, no, not really. That's not what she does.
They said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Same thing as the girls from PETA. Just trade her nudity for airtime.
I could make that offer. I mean, I never.
I don't know. I just wanted her to sit in a chair and I cut her clothes off.
Yeah, right.
That's all I wanted to do.
If you can't do that, you don't want her?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, she looks great and everything, but what's to talk about, What are we going to talk about? Legislation in Congress?
I was going to say, it seems like she has a lot of issues.
Yeah, and you know what? My issue is seeing her naked. My agenda rules.
I don't see why Gary couldn't just say, well, will she take her clothes off while she's here? That's all Howard wants. She said she'd do Howard any time.
Yeah.
That was her
thing. She said she'd be on the show anytime.
Right.
I'd do Howard.
Her answer, he said, it says right here, we'd ask her what she'd like to do. Her answer, the Howard Stern Show, anytime he wants me.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I'll rip all my clothes off. I can make a call today.
You could have said, well, will she do anything to get here?
Why don't you tell her the list of stuff we want to do to her? Where is the list?
I have it inside. That's a list for a different woman. But
it's the list for every woman, Gary.
Okay.
Oh, God, you're stupid. God, you're so stupid.
Well, I can't have her moan to track. That was one of the things, but...
Why not? All right, listen, get out. I can't take it. I can't talk to you right now. We'll do Sue Simmons later. I just can't talk to you.
You call.
No. Then why would I call?
Well, what are you going to do?
Now he wants me to do his job, too. You call.
Toothy.
He wants me to do his job now.
You're so embarrassed by it that you want me to do it, but it's not that easy to call people.
Well, then give up your job and have somebody else do it. What do you want from me? That's what I need you for. I mean, what do you want? There's a lot of things I don't like doing. That's why I hire people. It's a concept that I don't like doing it, so therefore I'm going to pay you to do it.
He's never gotten that concept.
No. Then you do it. I don't want to do this. Then what do I need you for? He's a whack job. Oh, man, I got so mad at him yesterday. I go from really liking him to getting mad at him. Why?
Yeah.
He just made a mess of something. He comes to me and he says, hey, Howard. Now, he's been working for me for like 15 years. Howard, do you want to have, evidently Sega, you know the game Sega?
Yes.
The game company? Mm-hmm. Evidently Sega is coming out with a new cable channel where you'll, like when it's hooked into you, you'll probably be one of the first people to get it, Robin, because you're wired for everything. But it'll be an interactive channel. You'll have a Sega control panel in your house, and you'll just call in and you'll turn to that channel and it'll offer you a menu. And you'll pick one of the Sega games and you'll play it.
Sounds good.
So Gary comes to me and he says, Bull, there's a new Sega channel. You want to try it? You know, me, I run around here like with a chicken with my head cut off. I remember he asked me when he was at his desk and I was running around. And I said, oh, yeah, what's that all about? So he says, well, it's a new channel and you could try it out for a while. Now, I could swear he even told me that they're a sponsor, but he claims he didn't. So that's an argument that, he could be like Dennis Funk. No. Not yet.
told-
No, I told you to leave.
I'm not leaving on this one because you're so off base on this.
No, I'm
I
not,
was
Gary.
here for part of this
never-
Good.
conversation.
Thank you. Didn't he say it was a
I
sponsor?
witnessed this, yes.
And I said,
He did.
you
I
are
know
a
it. Thank
liar.
God I got a
He did.
witness.
Oh, she's a liar.
I asked you 20 times if it's a sponsor.
No, absolutely not.
And she
Robin,
told me
you are a
Bucky.
liar.
You think it's one of Bucky's.
Why would
Gary,
I
swear
Robin,
you get
Robin
confused.
Out and out lied.
She's not.
She just out
Say
and
I
out
swear
lied.
to God.
I swear to God.
I knew
said
it.
it was a sponsor.
Yes,
said
Gary,
you're a liar.
Gary,
They're
Gary,
coming
stop for a
on.
second.
It's a sponsor.
Gary,
No way.
don't get defensive. You really did.
I did not.
I always
I
ask.
did not.
I ask.
absolutely-
I always ask
You
because
said, what is this all about?
right. You were there.
I
It was in
never
the
s-
office.
Why would I
Yes.
say they're a sponsor? Why
Because
would I say that?
because you
I
space
wasn't-
out. You're very
No,
busy and
Gary,
you don't think.
hardly knew what it was at
I
the
knew
time, and you
exactly
always like to answer questions.
You do.
Robin, you just lied. You're a piece
Robin,
of crap.
I told him that he
Book should burn, bitch.
he told me it was a sponsor.
God.
You know, I don't have any. Thank God I got somebody to back me up. I walk into this guy and he tells me it's a
I cannot
sponsor.
believe she
I would
just
never even
fucking
accept this.
lied.
Listen to this.
She just
I-
fucking
They want you
lied.
to try
This
it
is
out,
not
so when you
fucking
talk
true.
about
Right.
it on the air,
This is
the
not
whole
fucking
round.
true.
Right. He gave me a rap
It's
on
just
it.
not true.
I'm telling you. He even told me it was.
believe he's carrying on like this.
I know, but you see what it is? When it's his word against mine, everyone assumes that I just don't know what I'm talking about. He does
It's
this
just-
to me all day. I
It's
thought you were
so
leaving.
not true.
Gary, honestly,
This is the
honestly,
scariest thing Robin's
I
ever
swear.
done. The scariest thing you've ever done.
But Gary, I'm telling you,
Howard,
I
it
remember the
didn't happen.
conversation
So
with you.
two of us are
Exactly,
wrong.
Howard.
Gary,
No.
oh, wait a second.
Howard
Stop,
doesn't
stop.
know-
That stink is in here again.
Howard doesn't know
Can we
what
get rid of
happened.
this garbage
He
can?
wants it to happen.
No.
So I could be wrong. And
Gar-
you're just going to lie for him.
Gary, I don't take product. First of all, let's assume you were right. You didn't tell me. Where is your brain? You know that I don't accept anything from someone who's not a sponsor.
I don't know that. And then,
Of course you do.
then
You're
why
working
did
for
you
me
go to
for
that movie
15
the other day?
years.
Why did you go to that movie the other
No,
day?
no. When I'm not talking about going to see a movie. I'm talking about I can go see a movie. That's a $7 movie. I can't accept a whole Sega channel from somebody.
I did not know that. And we
You don't know that. How could you not? We've had this discussion a million
We've
times.
never had this discussion.
You see me taking things from people who are not.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
I know. You don't know a thing. This is my problem with him. He just doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do.
for you.
It reeks in here.
I know. I don't know.
I have 2 minutes. Tell me all you know.
I don't know.
Goddamn liar.
Robin is not a liar. So I walk into the
Just
office.
because I don't agree with him,
I know.
I'm a goddamn liar.
Yeah, right.
Such fucking bullshit.
Gary, what's your side of the argument?
Said, hey, it's a client.
The Sega channel called. They wanted to offer Howard the channel for free. They didn't. I never said it was a client. I never said it was through Bucky. Robin happened to be in there one day when I was explaining to Howard what the Sega channel is. I never said it was a client, and I don't know why Robin would do that. Except, you know, she's just a fucking kook. She just loves to take his side.
So I walk into the office and he says to me, the Sega channel is going to be on the air. I know what he said. Believe me, I wouldn't accept something that isn't going to be on the air. And you know what? Even when it is a sponsor, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want the product. But he kept hocking me with this, do you want this Sega channel? Do you want this Sega channel?
I even remember him coming back again, and he didn't know whether it was TV or
Right.
computer.
Yeah, he didn't know.
But that didn't happen. I didn't see it.
Right, I
I'm a
know.
Goddamn liar.
Right. I know, and he's telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, so what am I supposed to do? Now I'm in the embarrassing situation. So listen to this. So I finally said, hey, it's a client. They want me to check it out so I can talk about it on the air. My kids would probably love to use it. So I'll try it out for a couple of months, the Sega channel. And then they have to send a guy to install it in your house, he tells me, and all this. I said, no, you know what? Jeff Schick's an IBM guy. Maybe he'll help me out with it because it's a computer thing. And Jeff says he can handle it. So I go home, I see this Sega channel, and it's great. It's all installed, and I'm telling you, it's a big menu, but it's a big computer box and a whole thing because it's not set up on Long Island yet, so we have to do it through computer. It's not the way it's going to work in your house. So then all of a sudden, there's like a contract that has to be signed saying that, you know, that I'm responsible for all the equipment in case it's damaged. And I go, this doesn't sound like anything that I've ever been asked to do by a client.
Yeah.
What? I don't want this obligation. Let's get this thing out of here. So I call up Gary. I have Laura, my assistant, call up Gary and say, what kind of client is this? I mean, why am I signing? I mean, I didn't ask for this. I don't want this. I don't want this responsibility. I don't know what this thing's worth. It could be worth, I don't know what it's worth. Well, maybe I have to put my house up for collateral. I don't know. I don't
Why
want
would
to
you
be
automatically assume it's a client if somebody hadn't said that to you?
right, because I would never. First of all, I never would accept something from
Right.
someone because you know what they're going to expect? A free mention every day.
Absolutely.
And I can't represent that. If somebody lends me the Sega system, I can't represent that I am going to sit there and do free commercials for them. I don't own the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's proper. So I get this whole thing installed. It takes a long time to install, get it all set up. And I see this contract. So I say to Fafafui, what is this contract? I go, this is a client, right? He goes, oh no. They just wrote a letter asking if you wanted to use it. And now, he gets a letter like that, and he doesn't know that I can't accept something like that? Where's his head? He knows I can't accept something like that. Why didn't he just give me the letter? Well, I don't know what he's doing with the letter. Just give me the letter. And I remember 27 times asking him if it's a client.
There was no letter.
What was it?
There wasn't a letter. The publicist for the Sega channel.
And you don't know I can't accept that?
I told you that. I told you that so many times.
No, Gary, you just didn't.
I just absolutely did.
Gary, then why would I accept it if I
Howard,
didn't
no,
know it was a
first of all,
publicist?
You don't even know
Yeah.
that I told you that. You want to think that.
I got a witness, an eyewitness
I
who's
just don't-
telling me
I just don't
the
believe
same
it.
thing. You told me it was one of the accounts of the station. You did.
There's no reason for me to tell you because it just wasn't.
You
And I
just
knew
didn't
that-
listen to the
I
question.
knew that up front. I knew right
And
up
if you
front.
knew it, you should have said to me, Howard, you can't accept this.
I don't tell you what to do.
No, excuse me.
I never
Listen
tell
to
you
me.
what to
Listen
do.
to me. In the 10 or 15 years that you know me,
I don't know. I wish I could think.
have I ever taken something from anybody? What did I have you do the other day? Did I have you return a printer? Why did I have you return that printer?
I'm not sure.
A
which
company
one- oh, right.
decides to send me a computer printer, a portable printer in the mail. Mm-hmm. I said, I can't take this.
That's one of the reasons is why I sent it back. That is one of the reasons.
That's the only reason you sent it
I
back.
thought the other reason was because we already got 3 of the same one as well.
No, that's not the same. And I don't have 3 of the same ones as well. I don't even know what you're talking about. What do I have 3 of the same
Didn't
of?
we get like a
No.
bunch of those for your birthday?
No. It's a portable printer. I don't need it. I don't want it. And they're not a sponsor of the station. And even if they were a sponsor of the station, I have trouble taking it. I don't want to owe anybody anything. He doesn't know this about. I don't know how he could not know this. He gets a call from a publicist. You just say, Howard can't. Are you a sponsor of this station? I'll refer you to the sales department. He knows this. He knows this.
I don't know this.
And you were in the office when the phone call came in.
No, there was
Not
no
in the
phone call.
He
There was
just
no
sitting there
letter.
Not when the
doing
phone
his
call. He was doing his
usual
thing.
wrap-up,
I was
and that
behind
was
him,
part of it.
and he said to me, Wolf, you want to say this system? I said, oh, he's a client? Yeah, it's a client.
Never said it.
You did. You
I
did,
thought of
Gary.
my
I
grave.
remember it. I
Swear on my-
remember it.
Swear on my mother it never happened. I swear on my mother's life.
You got Robin who
I
heard
don't-
it, and I
I
heard it.
got
Oh,
Robin's
Robin doesn't
book.
know anything.
I got Robin's book. Wasn't Robin like kooky? Now all of a sudden she's like the world.
She's got a great memory.
For what? You just said everything in her book isn't true. What memory does she have? You said
Everything-
Howard Stern said everything in Robin's book is not true.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with her memory.
Of course it does.
Does she made that stuff up?
No, she claims she remembers that it happened.
No,
She
no,
said-
no, no, no.
No, her words, Robin's
She
exact
even
words.
admitted to me in private she made it
No,
up.
wait a
Oh,
second.
liar.
Robin's
How dare
exact
you.
words were, hey, that's the way I remember it happened.
All
And
I
you said-
know
and you
is
said to
I
Robin,
got
you
a
gotta
memory, and I remember you
You did
saying it to me
remember it.
because in my 20 years in show business, if you want to call it show business, I've never yet accepted anything unless it's a client of the station.
I just think I made a
So you don't
justification
know
myself.
this. You don't know it. Mm-hmm. You're oblivious to anything I do. And I know what you said to me because I wouldn't even get started with Sega if I didn't know that they were going to be on the air with us with this product. Gary, I'm not going to argue with it. On 2 counts, you should know automatically that you can't get a phone call from a publicist and line me up with, I don't know, a $200,000 worth of equipment or whatever it is.
That's what it was, $200,000.
You got to see this whole rig. There's a huge computer rig in my house.
Okay, I didn't know. It wasn't mine to. I just.
It
passed
wasn't
the
you. All right,
information
listen to me.
along you.
Don't pass me any information like that. That's what I'm telling you. I
Okay.
can't accept that. You know
Why?
this.
No, I don't know that.
And I am telling you, I was in the office. I don't remember Robin being there, but I remember me being in there.
I remember Robin
and me
being
asking
there.
you, listen, I don't want to spend so much time on it. My point
then why'd you
is,
even bring it up?
you can leave.
No, but
leave.
what are you going to hammer me about on the air? Why bring it up at all?
Why did I bring it up
Why
on
does
the air?
Why does the whole
Because-
country have to know this?
Because
If you
it's
got a problem
important
with
that
me?
they know that I have an office that's in disarray.
No,
I
it's
want to
important they know
discuss
that
it.
you're a dictator.
Oh, I'm a dictator. No, you're a dick. I'm a tater.
Right.
Right.
I was trying to get the second half.
All right, get out. You do your job horribly.
Nazi!
Flunky.
What did he scream just now?
I don't know.
Nazis.
I mean, I stood there and I remember saying, to him, "Is this a
He's a
client?"
fucking dictator,
He's
man.
Bucky's client.
He's like Hitler. He can only be
Tells
right.
me things.
He's the only
He
one who's
just
ever right.
says things. So then I said, "Oh my God, I've gone through all this trouble.
And now they got to take it
and
out.
I'm going to have to unhook the whole damn thing. I didn't know any of this." And then I said, I wanted to call up Tom Chiasano and say, "Hey, listen, this is what happened. It's a blunder." Because Chiasano's got to know about it, and now I got to have it all unhooked.
What is he screaming about? Did he or did he not create this fiasco?
Of course he created it, because first of all, he knows already. I can't accept stuff from some guy who calls up and says, "Hey, you want the Sega channel for free?"
Even if, all right, let's say, the worst case scenario, we are both wrong. He never said that.
Yeah.
He has to, his job is to make it clear to you what's going on.
I know. And I had 27 discussions about this Sega with him, that it was a client, and he told me it was. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He told me it was Bucky's account. That's my story. I don't know what his story is. He's yelling that you're a liar and you don't know what you're talking about. You were there.
Absolutely.
Because it was one of those days where we were all in the office and it was crazy, and he kept blurting out Sega channel, Sega channel, Sega channel.
The day I remember wasn't in the office. I wasn't there when this call came in, but I remember him sitting there at the table.
Right.
And he had his little Post-its, stuck to his pad.
Right, Mr.
And he
Organized.
kept flipping through them, and he goes, "Oh, and Sega, they're coming on, and
they're coming on.
They want to put a thing in your house because they're starting this game channel."
So I
and
said,
in fact, he didn't even know whether it was games. He just said Sega.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And they're
I
coming
don't
on.
know,
And they're coming on. Yeah. So I just said, for once, they're coming on. I'll have something to talk about. Why not?
Yeah, my kids might like it.
Yeah, my kids do love it. And then they thought they were getting it for a couple of months. And yesterday they're playing it, and I came in and I go, I think we got to take this thing out by tomorrow. I think we only get it for a day. And my kids are like, "What?"
Oh, man.
They're like, "We're just getting into it."
Used to it.
Yeah. Where's Tom? Hey, Tom is our general manager. So now I got to deal with Tom on it. There's always a little fiasco going on. And I'm sorry, I'm pinning this on Gary. I'm not taking the fall for this one. So I was told that I say, you heard the whole conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I got to return this somehow, but man, it's a major job returning it. So I'll get it out to them in about a week or so.
I mean, what did they send you?
Well, first of all, the Sega channel is going to be it's going to be hooked up eventually into everyone's home through their cable system. The problem is right now cable systems don't carry it, so it's a whole big computer.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's a terminal like what they're going to.
It's a whole system. It is not even patched into your computer.
Right. It's its own separate computer.
So you have like the mother computer that they'll eventually use to feed all the home.
Exactly.
But now it's in your house.
It's in my house.
No wonder they were having you sign a contract.
Yeah, and I'm like, I said, what kind of client makes me sign a contract?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using this thing because they told me to. Now I'm signing a contract.
This is the whole thing this morning is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, I know. But I was under the impression that this was Bucky's account.
No.
That this is what they were pressuring me to do it.
I mean, as far as I know, Sega is not an advertiser.
Oh, okay.
Although
Well,
they have been for the last 20 minutes.
yeah, that's true. Well, all right. So they got a plug. I mean, Sega's not giving me a system because I'm a great guy. They're giving it to me because I have a radio show. What do you think they expect?
Yeah.
They expect mentions.
All right. I think they got everything they were looking for.
Well,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
How come
You don't know this? That's what Sega's expecting is mentions?
I don't know what.
Why do you think? Let me ask you a question. You're
How
a
come
smart
we go
guy.
to Scores?
You're a bright
How come we
guy.
go to Scores and they're not a sponsor?
I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you the
Because
difference.
it's good for the air, right?
No, I'll tell you the difference.
The difference is
I've cleared it with Tom ahead of time.
you have.
And I've sat. Yeah.
Okay.
He knows about it.
Right.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, let me tell you something about any company out there. Do you think, let me ask you, when I was in high school, do you think that Sega contacted me in high school and said, you know what, you seem like a really down-to-earth guy.
Right.
We would like you to have a free system. Do you think that
course
happened?
not.
Okay.
But let me ask you a question.
Just answer the question. I'm asking
What-
the questions,
why
and then
are
you can ask questions.
Okay, fine. I got one.
When I was in college, do you think that anybody contacted me and said,
Howard, nobody did anything for you before you Howard Stern. We've established
okay,
that.
now I have a radio show. It's a very popular show. We know that.
Right.
Why do you think Sega would contact me without contacting Tom about advertising? Why do you think they'd want me to use their brand new system? Take a guess. Take a guess.
Why do you
I asked a question.
Why do you think that you're on the
There we
mailing
go.
list?
You're asking me a question.
Why do you think you're on the mailing list of millions of movie companies
Of
that
course.
don't excuse
Of
me,
course.
that don't advertise, that send you movies, and then you get on the air and say they're great movies because that's the way you feel.
Right.
But you're on there. What do you think? They're sending it to you because you're a nice guy?
I am a movie reviewer. In a sense, I give my opinion
No, you're
on
not. They're
things.
sending it to you in the hopes that you'll talk
No.
about it. You're not a
Excuse
movie
me.
reviewer.
Excuse
Don't
me.
delude yourself. You're not Ebert.
No, excuse me something. You don't know what I am, Gary. You are a moron.
not
a moron doesn't know what anybody is.
You're not a movie
For a
reviewer.
living,
It's a
I
thin
talk.
argument.
I'm not a movie. I don't give my opinion. Listen, jackass.
argument.
You are so stupid.
It's a thin argument.
It's not a thin argument. I cannot accept a $200,000. I don't know what this computer is. Cannot accept things like that. You don't know the difference between going to see a movie.
No, but okay. So if you're in a movie,
A movie is part of pop culture. Everyone goes to see the movies. Therefore, I comment on movies.
So a
As
computer
far as the
is a part
Sega
of the pop
system, no,
culture.
wrong. The Sega system is a different thing. It's completely different. It's a lot of hardware. It's a big, expensive item. It's a luxury item. It's like I can't accept a car from Mercedes-Benz because they want me to mention it. It's an implied thing. A movie is one thing. It's a $7 item. You understand?
$7 every week for 2 years.
No.
Over and
It's
over
a
again.
7. Would you explain the rules to this maniac?
There is a line. There's.
He's my producer. That's what scares me.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to jump in, and get on Gary. But I mean, there's a difference between a $7 movie.
He doesn't see it.
and
Tom,
$500.
I swear to you, I never told them it was a client. I swear
Well,
on my son's
I can't, I'm
life.
Not gonna,
Oh, you do?
I'm not
Then your
involved
son
in
is
that.
going to drop dead because you just lied.
He's not. I would never lie.
Somebody call the hospital. Get ready.
I just cannot believe how Robin could just jump on that.
She doesn't lie.
She
You know
does.
she doesn't.
Gary,
You think she's making that up?
you
She
think
sat there.
Why would I
Oh,
do that?
she's
Why
just
would
trying-
I
She sat
do
in the
that?
weekly
Why would I do
meeting.
that?
Why would she do it?
Because this is a great 30-minute.
No, because she would say she didn't
why
hear
would
it.
she do it?
She'd say, I don't know anything about it, but you two
still
always
made a
have this
mess
problem.
whether you said it was a client or not. But I heard you say they're coming on and they want you to try this out and
You
they
did.
want to put it into your house
Never
and you
said
can
it.
see
I would
what
even
it
guess
is.
that Jackie was sitting there when you said it, too,
No,
because I
I know
remember
it was
saying
you.
to myself, oh,
was
Jackie
you,
probably
me,
wants
and
one of
Howard.
these.
Robin, you
Yeah.
and I, one time. You and I discussed it 3
Jackie,
times.
can I ask you something? Were you a witness to any of this? And be honest.
I might have been in the room because I remember the word Sega, but I was paying no
He
attention.
mentioned it a second
So-
time when Jackie and I were in the room, and that time is when he told you it was they had to bring the computer or hook it into your
Right.
computer.
I would take a polygraph.
because
I would be more than willing to
the
take a polygraph.
system wasn't
In your
available
own-
on
I would
Long
take
Island.
one.
Because you're a cabbage head, you
I'm not
probably
a
would
cabbage
pass.
head.
You probably don't remember saying. You don't know what you say.
I know.
I am
who
telling
calls
you,
me.
I don't accept gifts like that unless it's a client and it's a specific reason because I'm going to talk about it. What? Hello?
Wolf,
Oh, here's Gary Puppet.
Have a
I'm
party.
so happy in my life's work, and my job in life is making you miserable.
Yeah. It is.
You're good at it.
Listen,
He left. He left.
Gary left when the puppet came out.
You don't need him anymore.
Drove him
You
out of the
got
room.
puppet.
Here's my point. I'm telling you, listen.
I
forget
was
about-
there, and he
right, I
certainly
mean-
didn't sit and say a publicist from Sega called
No.
and they'd like to give you a system.
I know.
They never said
I
that.
can't accept
I
systems.
will swear to that.
And he knows that. He's heard me on a million times say, Gary, I can't accept something like that.
At this point, after this half-hour conversation about Sega, they should almost turn you down when you say you're going to send it back, but
Yeah.
you should send it back.
No, I'm going to send it back. But what I'm telling you is it's going to take me about a week or,
Well,
or
whatever.
so because
Okay.
I got to get Jeff to do it, and he's busy with IBM and all
Okay.
that. Okay.
No problem.
Good. Just so you're aware.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm signing contracts on this thing. I'm going, what I got to call Baba Booey. Why is the client having me sign a contract?
It never occurs to him that there's a big mistake and it must be him if you're
No.
calling him saying, what is this contract all about?
Since he's been working for me, he has never once admitted to making a mistake. He has never once. Like all of a sudden, I went out of my mind and said, "Hey, I'm going to accept a publicist's
Yeah.
gift. I'm going to throw my career out the window for a stupid game that I don't
You
even
know,
play."
I just love Sega so much.
Yeah, I got to have that. I can't afford to buy a Sega system for my house. I can't afford to buy some Sega.
Wolf,
What is that, Gary Puppet?
Wolf, did I happen to mention to you that NASA wants to name a rocket ship after you because you're so handsome?
Oh, is that right?
I swear.
Uh-huh. Hey, Gary Puppet, you're not stupid. You're not stupid squared. You're stupid cubed.
Wolf, I know I'm a barren brain, a dead dome, a blank brain, a dense skulled, monsoon-mouthed idiot, Stop me when I go too far.
Let me ask you something. In all the time that you've known me, have you ever seen me accept something from an outside source that wasn't a client?
Absolutely
That wasn't
not.
coming on to advertise?
No.
I mean,
And we've
aside from a
made-
book or
there
a...
has been
Yeah.
a lot of conversation about how you send back a number of things.
Right, but Gary doesn't know about it. Gary says, I never heard of that.
I don't know that.
I don't know that, he says. I don't know that. How could you not know that after working with me for 15 years?
We constantly sit around talking about payola and plugola and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to come in here and
He
do a
doesn't
commercial
know.
for Sega every day.
And he can't make the leap
Yeah.
that Sega wants to put it in your house
Right.
because they want you to talk about it.
Right.
And that would be wrong.
Yeah, that I'm like, how am I going to reward these guys for doing this? Yeah, I won't talk about it. They'll be real thrilled.
Yeah. That they just want to give this to you.
Yeah. And he doesn't know about any of this. He's never heard this before. He's never heard this before. He says he's never heard this before. This is what he just said.
doesn't know that.
I don't know that. I just take the phone calls.
I got a call from a publicist.
How come? That's why Morty makes so much more money than Gary. Because Morty knows Letterman can't accept. You think Letterman accepts a Sega system? He doesn't know. He has clue. He's clueless. There's his sign on the door. Baba Booey. See it? Baba Booey. I got a big sign to remind him of who he is. Baba Booey. I put that up yesterday. Isn't that great? One of our listeners sent that in. Baba Booey. He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about how I run the office back there.
And you're supposed to catch every mistake he makes.
Yeah.
Now he's screaming at you.
Yeah.
You're the one that's wrong. You didn't catch me.
How come you take a movie? How come you watch a movie? You're not a Siskel and Ebert.
That's a thin argument.
How come you go to schools?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thin argument, boss. That's a thin argument. You are no Ebert.
And Robin, you're a liar.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that I'm a movie reviewer. I'm anything I want to be.
I'm sitting there saying to myself, what is a better plug for a movie than for you to say, I really enjoyed it.
Right.
You are totally tapped into your audience and its likes and dislikes.
Right.
But you're not a reviewer.
No. I'll bet you I'm better than Ebert.
You're no Ebert, boss.
How come you can take a $7 movie, but you can't take a $200,000 computer?
All right, $7 over 365 days in 12 years.
Yeah, did you hear that logic? Okay. That was great logic. Yeah, I know. We're going to pull that and play that.
I'm a human
Gary's
calculator.
Yeah, Gary Puppet, what are you, the human calculator?
I'm a human calculator.
Oh, I was so crazed last night when I heard all this. I was out of my skin. I was just like, what is he doing now? And my kids are digging this thing, and now it's like,
But you've got a whole
Yeah.
big contraption there, too.
yeah,
that
yeah.
Needs now an expert to come take it out.
Yeah.
It's not like pulling out a plug.
No, I can't just pull out the plug and wheel it back in. Ugh. And you know what? Even though they were coming on the air, I wasn't even going to do this. I just said, for once, let me have some fun with
Yeah, I
this.
mean, you were a little bit like, well, what does it take? You know,
Yeah.
it's like you didn't even want to go through the hassle of
No,
it.
I didn't.
But I'm sure he doesn't remember all that.
No. And none of the... I didn't hear him once say this is some publicist who dreamt this up.
Never.
Was a client of the station. But he doesn't remember. He's going to take polygraph tests, and he's swearing on the life of his kid.
I have a memory like an Etch-a-Sketch. I shake my head and I forget everything, Wolf.
You know what? He has a terrific memory, Gary, but the problem is he doesn't...
It's stupid crap.
Right.
That's
it's
it.
dumb crap.
Remember that scene in Scarface when he gets in the car and he's eating the yogurt and
Right.
he looks at him and he says, "Look at you, you effing F.
Right.
Look at you now."
He remembers movie things. Gary can walk in and actually memorize movie scenes.
And remember the tracking shot from Citizen Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which denotes like the passage of time when Citizen Kane's marriage is breaking up with his wife?
But he doesn't
It's
know.
unbelievable.
But he doesn't...
Yesterday.
Yeah, what happened yesterday? What happened on the show yesterday?
I have to go eat a Fig Newton. It's brain food.
Thank you, Gary Puppet.
Don't mention it.
All right. Don't mention it.
Big Newton is brain food.
Oh, was I going nuts yesterday? I'm sitting at home like pounding my head into the wall. And my kids are playing this Sega and going wild for it.
And now you're trying to figure out how to talk them down from it.
Yeah, and I'm pumping them up. I'm like, because like Jeff was telling me, you're the first kids on Long Island to ever play this. It hasn't even been put on anywhere. It's just in testing, and they're all excited, and they're inviting their friends over. And then all of a sudden, I see this contract I got to sign. And I said, wait a second. This doesn't sound right. What client would do this? I call up Gary. Oh, I never said it was a client. And I was just like,
oh, hi.
You start to hyperventilate.
yeah, I was just like, what? No, you told me it was a client. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Must have been somebody else with big, huge, smelly choppers.
And I'm looking at this contract. I signed a smaller contract when I signed up for my movie. It was like a 97-page contract.
Oh, man.
I'm just like, what is this? I got to go get an attorney.
Drop dead.
What was that?
That was Gary. I'm trying to call him back in the office.
Oh, boy. He's not speaking to us?
Idiot Central. Head idiot speaking.
Hi, I'm calling from Toshiba Cameras. I have 20 free cameras
Stop
for
right
Howard.
there. Say no more. Send them all over.
We would like to give Mr. Stern
We don't care, whatever
free
you want.
cameras, so he'll mention them on the air.
He'll plug it ad nauseum. Just send them over. Send 2 extra for Gary.
When have you ever heard me plug that kind of stuff or do that kind of stuff?
I've never heard you plug that kind of
That's
stuff.
right. We want to send over some free cameras, and I'm also calling for American Airlines. We want to give you free tickets to anywhere in the world.
And a plane.
And a plane.
Your own private
Will
plane.
at least have a full tank of gas?
Yeah.
Then send it over.
Yeah. And we have a ticket for your Mr. Stern's monkey as well. We've seen him on the E! Show. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's pissed.
He didn't come in here during the commercials. He usually comes in to produce.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He didn't come in.
Why didn't you go in there?
Because I'm pissed off.
You gonna be pissed off like the whole day?
If he needs me, he'll call me. He hates seeing me half the day anyway.
I'm sorry. It's a major faux pas. What he's doing back there, making deals. See, you know why I know?
What do you have for both today?
You know what? You know why I know he's lying? Because he knows that I don't accept things like that.
Yeah.
He knows that, and he says he doesn't know that.
Well, he conveniently forgets most of what he knows all
and
the
he-
time.
All right, Gary, come in. Is Billy here? Okay, because he's part of this too. Hey, Gary, come in here with the Sue Simmons contest. Let's put the rest of this behind us.
Yeah, because I thought we had determined that Billy's probably the winner.
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, okay.
Are we
Hey.
done?
Yeah.
Can we talk about Sue Simmons?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, there's a guy calling me later,
Accept it.
and he's got some.
Whatever he wants.
I think he's from Hewlett Packard. He wants to give me free LaserJet printers.
Well, then go get him.
So you decide whether or not I should have them. Don't check with Tom, because that'll ruin everything.
I wouldn't dare think of it.
All right. You know you did wrong, and you knew you were doing wrong.
No, I don't. I really don't. I got it.
The only reason that you let that go through is because you thought it was a sponsor. Because normally you would never even entertain that. I know that.
Howard, I knew it wasn't a sponsor from the very beginning. Never thought it was one. Why would I think it's one?
That I can't explain.
There's no.
That I have no explanation for. Hey, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Is it a big mass? It's a big mass.
Hey, Wolf, Budweiser wants to send you a pony. Because you're a good guy, and it's a little horse like a little movie.
It's just a little horse. And you are a horse reviewer.
Right. You're the Siskel and Ebert of horse review. Gary, if Budweiser calls and wants to send me a pony, don't accept it.
I can. They're an advertiser.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be right.
No, sure it would.
No, it wouldn't. You see, it wouldn't.
Of course it wouldn't, Howard.
Oh, you know that.
We're either going to do this
Then
or
why
I'm
do
going
you
to leave.
think it's not right?
We're either going to do this or I'm going to leave.
You're not leaving anyway.
I am leaving.
No, you're not.
I am too.
Am I a horse reviewer?
No, but
What is
you're-
it? Seriously?
Wait,
How come you know?
You're a horse rider. Why don't
How
you just
come
throw
you
a
know-
saddle on me and ride me around?
How come
What's
you know?
left?
Wait a second. How come you know that I can't accept a horse
I
from
don't
Budweiser?
know. I don't know that.
Oh, you don't?
I don't know.
All right, okay, because that's inconsistent.
Exactly. I'm going to be.
You're saying you
wait
didn't
a
know
minute.
I'm
anything.
going to be consistently stupid.
Right.
I can't determine.
Quiet,
Does he really not know?
I don't
or
know.
Is he just saying he doesn't know?
Because he just said, of course I know you can't accept a horse from Budweiser. And I'm going, well, then why don't you know?
I'm just taking the easy road. I'm going to
All
be.
right.
I'd better just be consistently stupid than to disagree.
Hey, Wolf, like Gary Puppet wants to tell me something. 1 second, he has something to say. You got to let him
Wood
talk.
bastard.
Wolfie of old Wolfers,
Yes?
I have a big announcement. Con Ed wants to send you free electricity.
Is that right?
Yeah. Will that be AC or DC?
DC.
Okay, come
All
on
right,
out.
thank you. All right. Let's drop it now.
Why? Why now?
Why now? All right. And don't shirk your responsibilities because I'm in an argument with
I
you.
thought we just dropped it.
No. You didn't come in during the commercials and tell me my agenda.
I can barely get in here to get you to listen to me anyway.
Okay.
If you want something, you'll call me.
Is that